Hey everybody, my name's Bill Holmes. Welcome to tonight's edition of ProjectManagementForum.net. And this is the final in my video series on the Project Management Institute Ethics and Code of Conduct. As you can see behind me, I'm obviously in another hotel room. Tonight I'm coming to you from downtown Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm going to finish this particular video series. As a reminder, PMI takes their ethics and code of conduct and they divide it into four broad categories of standards. So we're discussing the honesty standard, and then they further subdivide those into mandatory standards, those that if you fail to comply with them, you're actually in violation and can be sanctioned up into including losing your precious certification. And the aspirational standard, those things which we should strive to achieve, but if we don't, you tried. Tonight we are focusing on the honesty mandatory standard. There are two, although one of them is pretty long. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through and read the first one, and we're going to subdivide it so that it makes sense to us. And let me say before I read the mandatory standard, the first one, what PMI has actually done here is kind of clever. They've kind of gone through and listed the many ways in which one may lie. And so let's take that one on right now. We do not engage in or condone behavior that is designed to deceive others, including but not limited to, and here's your list of how you can lie: making misleading or false statements, stating half-truths, providing information out of context, or withholding information that, if known, would render our statements as misleading or incomplete. That is almost the standard that I think a criminal organization would hold you to for perjury, right? So the first is we don't make statements which are designed to deceive, okay, in all the ways in which you can do that. The first meaning, misleading or false statements. False statements is a fancy word for lie. Misleading is, it's not really a lie, but you gave enough information that might lead one to come to a conclusion which is not accurate. Stating half-truths, that's a big one. You need to tell the truth and whole truth, right? That's what we've all seen. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. A lot of times people try to lie by stating half the issue, and PMI says you should not do that. Providing information out of context is another big one. You bury some information in the bowels of a communication. It has no context, and so it is not reacted to. That is a violation. Withholding information about the information you're providing. If you do that, that is also a violation because this is all about context. I guess the simple way to say this is if you're telling somebody something and you're telling them in a way so they come to a logical conclusion which is not truth, you are in violation of this standard. The next one is we do not engage in dishonest behavior with the intention of personal gain or at the expense of another. Again, the key here is dishonest behavior. We are all operating as independent actors for personal gain, right? I work so I can get paid so I can provide for my family. Maybe you're working so you can get promoted, so ultimately your ego gets massaged a bit. Whatever your motivator are, whatever your organizational theory is, that's fine. PMI says that's fine. What they're saying is you don't do that through dishonest means and you don't take advantage of others to get there. So PMI, bravo. I do agree that both of these are dead on point. And this wraps up this particular video series. Look, I've had a couple of requests to cover a couple of topics. Somebody's asked me to do communication. I'm sort of mulling over whether that makes sense. I've had a couple of people ask to do some on earned value management. Maybe I'll do that. I guess I'll have to figure that out. And then in the next video series, I'll let you know. Anyway, if there's any topics you're interested in, please let me know. And I'd be happy to cover that. I can cover anything, almost anything involving projects, both agile, waterfall, ethics, any subtopic you'd like, just let me know. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks for listening. I hope you appreciated this particular video series. Have a good one.